Miata Borders, A.K.A. The Predator, is a Mississippi substitute teacher fired on first day for recording, calling female student shorty in viral TikTok video. A Mississippi substitute teacher was fired on her first day for calling a female student shorty during a now viral TikTok, which she created while inside the school. Miata Borders, 24, was canned by DeSoto County Schools days after she claimed she had a new hustle in life as a substitute teacher at Lake Cormorant High School, according to WREG. Borders, who boasted herself as a content creator, documented her first day on the job as part of her day in the life TikTok video on October 17. 2025 Miata Borders identified herself as the Mississippi substitute teacher fired after recording a student in the hallways on her first working at the high school on October 17, 2025. On her Facebook page she said, "Yeah, we got a new hustle in life. I'm a school teacher," Borders narrated at the beginning of her video, which captured moments throughout her day. 5 hours into her gig, Borders recorded an in-school pep rally parade that included students walking down the hallway with a band and cheerleaders, one of whom seemingly appeared to catch the sub's attention. Then Miata Borders said to the young student, "Damn, shorty, sheesh," Borders said, laughing. "Man, I gotta get up after these school kids trying to take me down." The controversial TikTok has been viewed over 2.2 million times. The comment quickly spread to school officials, who terminated contact with Borders after she posted the video to her social media page. Borders was employed by staffing company A.K.A. Services and will no longer be hired for positions within the school district. Borders recorded herself with her feet propped up on a desk inside a classroom saying the time was 12:25 p.m. TikTok, the handmade.ceo. District officials informed A.K.A. Services today that the person is no longer allowed to be a substitute teacher for DeSoto County Schools, the school district told the outlet on Tuesday. The self-described trend dollar-etter and handmade CEO claimed she was the victim after the firing. "It's honestly so sad how sick the world is that you guys automatically mischaracterize me fully without further context," Borders said in a follow-up video posted Thursday. "I'm a content creator. I record everything that I do, so it was typical for me," Borders said as she sat inside a car. "If you create content, you will know that everything you see is not what you get." The fired substitute explained that the majority of the TikTok was recorded when she was alone around the school, besides the one clip that captured the unsuspecting students. The rest of the video featured Borders subtly recording students as she walked in the halls, standing at a lectern and putting her feet up on a desk, turning the classroom into a glorified video shoot, where she put the wrong time, saying 12:25 a.m. Borders claimed the school's administrators knew she was a content creator and that she was recording her day. "I had absolutely no idea I couldn't record students, or else I definitely wouldn't have done it," she said. "I truly would have honestly recorded myself if I knew it was an issue recording students." Borders said she was by far no predator and was only making the videos for content. She later claimed having literally lost it all over one mistake. TikTok users bashed Borders for her selfishness and blatant invasion of privacy for the underage students. "It was all inappropriate and unprofessional," one comment read. "Oh, you thought school was an aesthetic," another read. "I wouldn't even trust you to watch a picture of my kids," a third said. "Dang well, at least you made history." Hired and fired in the same day, one person commenter wrote to Miata Borders. Borders recorded a parade in the hallways when she directed a sexualized comment towards a female student. TikTok, the handmade.ceo DeSoto County Schools has faced several controversies in recent months for the actions of its employees. Several parents refused to send their kids to classes earlier in the week in protest of board members and faculty supporting a convicted sex offender. DeSoto County Schools faced a boycott earlier this week when parents refused to send their kids to classes to protest the actions of board members and faculty who showed support for a convicted sex offender. Borders was employed with staffing company A.K.A. Services and will no longer be hired for positions within the school district. TikTok, the handmade.ceo Lindsay Whiteside, a former youth pastor, pleaded guilty to sexual battery of a minor and was supported by DeSoto County Schools board member Michelle Henley, according to ABC 24 Memphis. Henley has refused calls to resign after writing a letter for Whiteside during her plea hearing. Whiteside was sentenced to 3 years of house arrest plus 7 years of supervised release. Natalia Elizabeth Wright, a former special education teacher at DeSoto's Lewisburg High School, resigned from her position after she was caught making out with an underage student on multiple occasions, including at least once in a Taco Bell parking lot. Wright was arrested and charged with fondling by a person in a position of trust, a felony in Mississippi. Next, my brothers and sisters, here are some videos where a lot of people are calling Miata Borders a predator for real, my brothers and sisters.
For the day right quick, you know what I'm saying? Hands by me, y'all already know what's going on, man. Black jump with the stars, flared on the side. Shirt by me, you know what I'm saying? Custom made, oversized tee, shoes, all white. You know what I'm saying? Quickly, yeah. Quickly, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rate the feet, 1 through 10. Yeah. Apologize for how it may seem, but my slang and terminology is much different than yours. But none of the kids knew they were being recorded at any point. And I do apologize for this once again. I truly do, but I had no idea this was prohibited. I assure you that it would have not been posted. What I meant by shorty and the terminology, the kids were going to take me down were absolutely not what you guys took them as. Those kids were smaller than me, shorter than me, younger than me. They are shorties. They are young. That absolutely means nothing with flirting. My terminology is much different from you guys. So I said the kids were going to take me down, as in a phrase of the kids all together. That absolutely did not mean anything sexual. That is sick to even think of that. I am a content creator. I am known. The kids knew me. They were supporters of mine. So I say the kids were going to take me down. It means as the same way that supporters do anybody else that they support. I'm no different from them. I handle myself more than properly. I do have a fan base. I do have supporters. I do have people that know me. Those kids already had knew me previously. So it was several kids coming up to me trying to see, am I that person? That's what I meant by take me down. All hassling me at once is what I meant. Absolutely didn't mean anything sexual from kids. That is sick. Those are kids, so they see me as somebody famous. They were all entouraging me at one time. That's what I meant. I find it sick that you guys would assume that I'd be saying that phrase in any other way. This was a voiceover I added way after I left the school. Again, it was an additional voiceover. It was not recorded. On the videos, it was nothing saying I was cheering the school on. There was an additional voiceover that I added after I mashed the videos up. I am truly so sorry that you guys are not familiar with me or my terminology, but I absolutely meant no harm. The entire 2 days that I worked at Lake Cormorant, I did nothing but my job. I was to myself. Not one single kid that could say that I did or said anything inappropriate my time at Lake Cormorant those 2 days. It was truly just a misunderstanding. But now that I see with creating content, it's easy to misunderstand and misinterpret things because everyone is free to their own opinions. That doesn't mean just automatically mischaracterize me. Yeah. We got a new hustle unlocked. I'm a school teacher now. Little breakfast. Let's get the day rolling. Who would have ever thought? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good day.
Y'all, that substitute teacher who got fired for being a weirdo, she made an apology video, but let me tell you, she didn't take any accountability for like 5 whole minutes. All she did was talk about how she's actually a good person and how she just made a mistake, like she would never do anything weird like that. First off, stop calling them young ladies. You're trying to make them sound older than they are. They are high school girls, not young ladies. Get it together. Then she had the nerve to say the reason she filmed everything at school was because she's a content creator. No, for one, putting high school kids on camera without their consent, that's not okay. Secondly, you should already know better than to be recording your job when you're around minors. Like, it shouldn't take a mistake for you to realize that putting random kids on your TikTok isn't okay. That whole apology video just made things worse. It would have been different if she said, hey, I messed up, I'm sorry, I should have done this differently and I'm gonna learn from this. But no. Instead, she spent 5 minutes trying to justify her actions, talking about how she's a great mentor and a good person around kids. It was just one mistake, right? Nah, this whole thing is just weird. The fact that she tried to spin it like that just makes everything look worse. You don't need to be justifying your behavior. You need to own it.
So I know y'all seen that substitute teacher get fired on her first day. Yeah.
We got a new hustle unlocked. I'm a school teacher now. Little brothers. Let's get the day rolling.
As I'm watching the video, the shit was creepy. Like, I can't lie. Like, let's watch the specific comment that she said.
Damn, shorty. Man, I gotta get up out of these schools.
Damn, shorty is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I was a parent and I went on social media and seen a teacher recording my child saying, damn, shorty, I'ma flip out. No cap. I'ma be mad as hell. These are children we talking about. Then you got your feet on the table talking about you finna let the kids do whatever.
My kids ain't have to do too much, man. Really, to be honest, I let them do whatever they want to do. Yes, I'm that type of teacher.
Parents send a child to school to learn, to fill their head up with knowledge and the shit that they need to know. So if I get on social media and I see a teacher talking with their feet on the desk talking about they gonna let my child do whatever, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Then you talking about they trying to take me down and through there. What? Like, bro, what?
Yeah, trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of them.
And I also seen a video of her trying to explain herself, saying she ain't that type of person, which she probably not even on that, but whatever, what you just did, it's unacceptable. Period, point blank. Like, I can't give her no passes. And I can't even feel bad. For one, why is we even recording at a school with a bunch of underage children? Why, like, what are we doing? Why is we saying damn shorty to kids? These are kids we talking about. There's no more professionalism, and honestly, it was for sure your last day, baby. It's over with. People just taking it too far with this content shit. Like, do you want to be a teacher or do you want to be a content creator? I'm convinced she literally went to be a substitute teacher just to record.
The substitute that was fired day one on the job has come forward and apologized. And I'm like, do you know how hard it is to get fired your first day as a substitute teacher? They really need substitute teachers. So why are you now coming online and apologizing? Well, apparently the school didn't make it clear enough that you weren't supposed to film kids at school. Okay, and I was like, this is crazy because they're now calling this substitute stud or stud substitute. And in some cases, studstitute. So I am digging in, and this has nothing to do with filming the students. It is what this substitute teacher was saying while filming female students.
Damn, shorty. Man, I gotta get up out of these schools. Here, trying to take me down, man. Then I look so young, I look like one of them.
This is what the substitute said about the female underage students that this substitute was there to teach. That's just the thing I found the most offensive. Look at how this substitute teacher treats this person's desk. You could not convince me that the second they saw this substitute teacher walk through the door that they didn't know this person was going to be a complete joke. They probably just didn't realize what a potential criminal case joke this person was going to turn out to be. And the fact that this substitute teacher is only apologizing for filming students, not for wearing this to their first day of school, is crazy business. I think the school was right. I think that this person should have been fired. In fact, I think this is where this substitute teacher should be. Between the inappropriate comments about your you found a new hustle in life being a substitute teacher, the fact that your username is the handmade CEO, all of this, even the studstitute now, it's all a complete joke. Just like how this person dressed for a day as their first day being a substitute teacher and brags about the fact that they look like one of the kids.
Man, I look so young, I look like one of them.
Getting fired the first day as a substitute teacher makes total sense.
I'm pretty sure by now y'all know my face. The substitute that got fired over at TikTok.
Hi, I'm a parent from that school. Not too happy with you, but we're going to talk about why. So first of all, you've doxed the school. You've told where those kids go to school. And not all parents want people outside of their circle to know where their kids are at. We sign waivers for a reason. I signed a waiver. You better be glad my kid was not on that video, or we'd be having a whole other discussion. You claim you didn't read the handbook, you didn't know because you didn't read the handbook or whatever, or nobody told you. I'm sorry, you're an adult. Whenever you have a job, you read the handbook. Also, you claim that you had this major social media following that you lost overnight. You lost it all overnight over one mistake. Well, I suggest you take social media training in the future so you don't make this mistake over and over again. And also know what content's okay to post and who you're surrounded by. Look, we are right under Memphis, okay? I grew up in Memphis too. Guess what? All those words you said, you know what they meant. Come on, you know what they meant. I'm 5'3", and I worked in the schools, and guess what? I never once referred to myself as a shouty. And finally, your apologies mean absolutely nothing, and I'll tell you why. Because you keep making videos over and over again, bringing up the problem and what you did, and how you're so remorseful, and how your life is screwed. But not once have you said, hey, I've actually done something about this. I've made some growth. I'm trying to be a better person. So until you actually do that and stop making excuses for what you've done and own it, your apologies mean nothing.
Everyone said the right thing about Miata Borders being a predator for real, my brothers and sisters. If you like this video, please share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and other social media platforms too, my brothers and sisters.